Now, what is ego? I think that ego is the part of every human individual. And it is not we. We are not ego. But ego is something like some distortion that makes us fall asleep in egoistic things, and then we are not aware. Then we are just like dreaming when ego comes and takes us. It reminds me of such a thing. Imagine that you have a very good friend, and of course you do, and suddenly that man, is sent to the hospital because he's very ill, he's very sick, and you come to visit him, and now he is there in that room, in the bed, but he's having hallucinations. He is so sick that he doesn't recognize you. And he says, "Who are you? Why did you come? I hate you, fuck you, get lost." And starts telling various things to you, swearing, hatred, the things like that are coming out of him. But then you know that he's your friend, but the things he's telling now, it's just because he's sick. He would not ever tell you those things as that he's telling you now, because those things come from his sickness. He's totally unaware, he's like dreaming. And then he's saying, "Fuck you, I hate you." But you do not feel hatred to him, don't you? Because you know that he's sick, and you want to help him, not to kill him. You're not angry on him, but you feel compassion to him. Because you see him and you see his sickness, and you are aware, you are awake, and this one, your friend, is dreaming now. He's not aware. So the same I feel is with ego. When ego comes and takes you, you are no longer yourself, you are no longer aware, and the things you say, the things you do are distorted, and you can do very much harm to yourself, others, and much nonsense when ego comes. It's like having a hallucination, or being a lunatic. So you do not hate such a person, such a sick friend in the hospital, because you know that when he will become whole again, he will come and say, "Well, I don't remember the things that were happening to me, but I don't remember anything, but if I had told you something that I shouldn't have told you, and forgive me, because I was not me, and forgive me." So the real being, you and others, they have no stain on them. They are not bad. They are not. Ego is just a distortion, just a dream that we fall in. Real being will never hate you. So if somebody hates you, is telling you some nasty things, it is not him, but it is his ego. And if you are aware enough to see this, then you can see that it is sickness, his sickness, and at the same time you can see his real being. And then you do not feel hatred when you hear those things he is telling you, but you feel compassion, because you understand him and you want to help him. And then you treat him not as that sickness, not as ego, but as his real self. He may be speaking with you from his ego, but you are looking to him, to his real being, speaking to his real being, and in this way you help him awaken. His ego goes away when you speak to his real being. If he starts acting out of his ego, says, I hate you, and then your ego too comes up and you say to his ego, I hate you, then both of you are in trouble. Then you will only strengthen each other's ego. But if he's telling you from his ego, I hate you, and you see that it is ego, and you still treat him as his real being, then you help him to awaken and get out of his ego. You help him to be aware. This is why I think that enlightened people or more aware people, just by being themselves, help the world. Because they see the real being, but they don't speak to ego. They speak with real being, the one you truly are. And I think that having this in mind may help you to forgive others, and recognizing this ego is good. Once you start to see the things like that, the things will begin changing by themselves. Your attitude and your all of the things. You will forgive others, and something like that. Okay, enough.